Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Kathy's Corner, Seed in the Sand, and this is chapter 2 of Let's dig a little deeper. Let's go a little deeper. Shadow work. So what we're doing this chapter is just like it says. We're going to that dark shadow of an area of our lives. And that could mean, things from our childhood that we don't even realize that are there. I got this idea of doing shadow work from the Gem Goddess, and she had said that 90 to 95% of everything that we do is subconscious. It's not even something that we're aware of. And I thought that was really an interesting fact. And it's really good to become aware of those things so that we can change them if we want to, and kind of upgrade to a new level of understanding ourselves. And so I thought that was pretty cool. And today I was talking to someone who said telling a victim to be quiet is like such a big part of my shadow, because of everything that happened in my past, in the last 15 years, changed my life forever. How much of that was my subconscious that I learned as a young child, of zip your lip, you stay quiet, when I was a victim, and being overpowered, being gaslighted, being shut down, voiceless, helpless, feeling hopeless. And I just feel like I failed myself by doing all those things when I was in the middle of my psychotic events, and when I was dealing with the school system, and when I worked, I worked in a position of like a secretarial position for a law enforcement agency. And so because I was a secretary, I wasn't heard. And because I was, this parent that had something called Asperger's that none of the teachers wanted to learn about, I was to hush my mouth. And I did. And it wound up where it was like, no, I'm going to fight for my children's rights and hush your mouth at the same time. So I think that push-pull just led to such a dramatic conflict within me, and it literally fractured my brain. I mean, a psychiatrist told me that people can have a brain fracture, and I believe that that's what happened to me. There was just such a conflict between fight for your rights, fight for your child, and good girls don't speak up. And she's just a nobody. She's just a nothing. And so that shadow still kind of sits in my belly, and it's a big belly, as you can tell by my big face. And medications play a part in that, but a lot of that is just guilt that I hold in. And so I'm telling that little victim that she doesn't have to be quiet anymore, and not keep her mouth shut. She can open her mouth. She can say that this isn't right. She can say that she is capable of great things, just like anyone else, just like a man. And that shadow, growing up with a number of brothers and a father who, let's say, raised me more of a boy than a girl. That's all he knew. And you keep your mouth shut. That's what I learned at a very young age. Shut up and get out of my way. And all those lovely remembrances of childhood. Or it was go help your mother, go do the women's work with your mother. And my mother would say, I think I've said this before, my mother would say, leave me alone, I can do this myself, I don't want your help. Go here, have some chips and soda, and go watch your movie. And so as a little kid, I was all mixed up, and it's kind of affected me to this day. And so maybe that's why I do what I do. I do this for my kids, I do this for myself, but I know I can't be the only one that's felt like this. And I know that there's not other people out there that have been shut down by a school system who says, I am the man, or I am the top dog, or I am in control, and you will bow to me or else. I can't be the only one. I know I'm not. And so there's a lot of voiceless people out there. And so that's why I'm doing this, for that gaslighting and that control and that domination. It was pretty intense for a long time in my life. And I had a partner in my life at one time that I had the children with, who said, stop embarrassing me. Stop embarrassing me. This looks bad. Stop making me look bad. And so yeah, it was just another way to say, shut your mouth and go away and stop doing what you're doing. Stop fighting for your children. And so yeah, so that's the shadow that I'm working with. I encourage you to, if you're willing to identify your shadows and examine your shadows and integrate your shadows and try to heal those shadows, I really encourage you to have someone to talk to about it in case it gets too intense, and journal a lot, because we're all in different places. Some people can identify those types of things and some people aren't ready to. So it always helps to have somebody that can professionally help you if needed, if necessary, or if you have medications or things like that. That's all, of course, integrated into shadow work, because it can get pretty intense. So all right, so the deck we're going to use today is the Angel Tarot cards, and I always say we're going to pick one card, and I always wind up picking more. The Five of Earth is on the bottom, and it says, fears surrounding money, the wisdom to accept help from others, uncertain self-employment. So, let's see. Shadow work for you and me, one card. And of course, two cards fall. We'll do this one. Strength. Strength. I like that card. It's beautiful. It has a tiger and an angel and a tiger. And it's Archangel Ariel. Oh, that makes me... Oh, I just heard that someone with that name passed away today, or last night. And we were praying for her pretty hard. So, praying for Ariel. And it says, great inner strength, release harsh judgments, forgiveness, and compassion. So I think that we'll leave it at strength, because this is not easy work. Shadow work is tough. It's getting to the core of why we do what we do. Why we have financial issues, why we have physical issues, why we have emotional issues, why we talk to ourselves in a harsh way. All of this is because of shadows that we have to identify and release, bring up, examine, identify, and replace. We have to replace them. So this, like I said, this is tough. This is not easy work. And you have to be in a place that you're ready to identify some of those traumas of childhood. And maybe I'm saying this for my own children one day. Maybe they'll find these videos. Right now they don't know about them, but maybe one day both of my kids will find these videos and say, I want to identify some of my shadows and do some shadow work. I would recommend highly doing that with someone in the professional realm, not just doing it by yourself, because I have been in those dark places and it's been really hard. And so I wish you well, and I wish you love. I wish you happiness, and we will talk to you tomorrow. All right, bye.